Hey everyone, so I'm here with Boostio, Evil Genius's in-game leader. So first, I just want to ask you, what's the adjustment been like, going from Seattle to Los Angeles, and how long have you been in town so far?
So we were in Seattle for 2 months last year, and then I went back home, which is Florida, and then I've been here now for about 3 months, and the move's been going good. I'm pretty comfortable. I think the team's pretty comfortable, and we've just been grinding it out.
hmm Yeah, no, that sounds really cool. I want to ask you about that. Actually, can I ask you about the 2022 system? Because from what I thought was that Evil Geniuses just lived in Seattle the entire last year. Was it kind of just those 2 months and then it was playing remote?
Okay, so it was playing remote for the first VCT season, whatever you want to call it, from I think it was February to April, whenever we qualified.
Like before Reykjavik?
And then after that was season 2. We qualified again, and that's when we moved to Seattle. So we were there. We played the qualifying matches, which we qualified. So then we stayed extra, and we stayed for the whole second part of the season. So we were there for 2 months, and then after that season, we got eliminated in the playoffs. Then we went back home, and then we went to Texas for a boot camp for LCQ.
Gotcha. Was that Austin, Dallas?
It was Dallas.
Yep. So I want to now ask you about some of the stuff after lock-in. Going into lock-in, there weren't as many expectations for Evil Geniuses, but then you had a really strong performance in Brazil. So I just want to ask you, after that tournament, what has been the preparation? What were some reflections that you had from that tournament?
Yeah, so I think we did pretty okay in Brazil. We beat Heretics 2-0, which was a big win for us because a lot of us are newer to the international stage.
Yeah.
So that was nice, but then we ended up losing to Talon. But I think what we took away was just, we're here for a reason. We can beat some of the best teams in the world, and I think it definitely gave us some confidence. And I think the season's going to be a lot different. We're going to do well.
Yeah. So it's been, I guess it's only been 2 weeks since the end of lock-in, or maybe 3
Roughly.
weeks. Yeah, around there. So I just want to ask you, what have been some of the learnings for the team during those 3 weeks? What have you been working on? When I spoke to Ja, he was talking about how he's been working with Ethan and BCJ on just timings for utility. What has been the things that you've been doing?
So I've been working on more I'm the IGL, so I have to look at the whole map a different way than the other players usually. So watching how someone like Boaster or any of the other IGLs are calling, see what they like to do. Maybe copy some of that, just change it to my own game plan, and then just go from there.
Yeah. Okay, I actually want to ask you about the dynamics, because you were the IGL of a team that was really young, and there wasn't as many experienced players. But then with this lineup, you have BCJ and Ethan. I guess how does the leader dynamics work in that? Is it when you came in immediately, they just put their full trust in you? You're like, all right, you're the IGL. We're gonna put all our trust into whatever calls you make, or how has your leadership dynamic changed with this type of players?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't think it's changed that much, but I would like to say on the last iteration 2022 season, we had a lot of less experienced players, so a lot less voices. Not that many people spoke up about certain things that might have been wrong about my calling or about a default, anything. But with people like Ethan and Brennan, they bring a lot of fire. So if something's wrong, they'll just straight up call it out, and then we'll get right then to fix it. So, and they 100% believe in my calls. So it's nothing to do about believing or trusting. It's just they bring a lot more input, so I can change my ideas with that.
Can I ask you, what was maybe one of the biggest, maybe not criticisms, but constructive criticisms that they had after lock-in, and how have you been working on that and reflecting on it?
Ethan and Brendan's, or BCJ and Ethan?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Their criticism.
Or just advice, kind of.
Yeah, I think
the team better.
I think Ethan definitely can keep everyone more calm because he's been in this situation, a lot. So for a lot of the newer players like me, Jaw on the international stage, having Ethan is like a good backbone. So none of us were we were all feeling confident on stage. We 2-0'd Heretics, which was a really good sign for us. So I think it's just more reps, more games, and we're going to be doing good.
Yeah. I want to just ask you also about the 10-man system. In the other team, you have Apotheon Reformed, who are your former teammates. What's that been like? And I guess what are some of the differences as an IGL scrimming against like this 10-man team versus other teams that aren't a part of the EG system?
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can do with the 10-man roster. One thing is scrimming or drills. IGLing, if we're going to scrim them like any other team, I'd IGL the same because, they're pro players as well. Yeah. So it'd just be like a normal scrim against another Tier 1 team. So it'd be normal IGLing, but you can add more drills or tell them what to do specifically in a round to see our reactions. Yeah. So it's really nice.
All right, cool. And then I just want to ask you, moving forward, you're going to be facing Cloud9 on the stage first time, a major crowd. I just wanted to ask you was there anything that you wanted the fans of Valorant to know going into that match before we close out this interview? Any final thoughts in your mind?
Sure. Cloud9 has beat me, I think, every match. I've not beat them once, and this will be the match where we destroy them.
Awesome, Boostio. Thank you very much. No problem.